All right, Homesteader family, welcome to this edition of the Sunday Monday vlog. Now, if you take care of your animals, you have animal control called on you. Just like I told you guys last week, some stupid hater out there trying to get me in trouble for something that ain't true. But now, I've got the military. They're moving in. So stay tuned. It's an active site. Oh, right. I don't know what's going on, but the military has been flying helicopter after helicopter after helicopter all day long here. So something is going on. All right, Homesteader family. So it is a halfway beautiful day this afternoon. It was bitter cold this morning and windy. You can see all that dog hair. I've been brushing the dogs out. And the swallows, I have like 100 swallows that fly over top the ranch all day long, gathering up all the insects and bugs and flies and stuff like that. And so they're building their nest, and it's cool just watching them fly around. And of course, they're fertilizing, they're pest control, and they're bringing other life here to the ranch. So this is the mulch bed that I put the seed down several weeks ago. You can see along the fence it's growing really good. And you can see if I crouch down here, it's starting to come through. So it's turning lush. It's like 1 inch to 2 inches tall. But I'm hoping with these erosion control mats that you see I have over here that I've been laying down, I seed it underneath these, and I'm hoping these will do a lot better than the mulch did. And then inside the tree beds is where I'm going to just do all the mulch. So hopefully soon the tree bed areas will be brown and the other areas will be green. So it will be opposite of what they look like now. And then here with all the fruit trees, you can see some of these are doing really good. Like this one right here with all the flower blossoms and leaves. And the other ones are just now starting to push out some life. That tree right there wasn't doing much. This tree here, you can see there's 2 little spots pushing out leaves. But I'm ecstatic because every week that goes by, there's more and more trees showing life. And right now, I have 7 out of 11 fruit trees showing life. So that's really good news for me. This one, just exploded with leaves. No blossoms or anything, just leaves. But if everything continues this way, it was a good investment. 7 out of 11 survived, and Home Depot has a 1-year warranty, so I can take the dead ones back, get fresh ones put in. Of course, the ones that died this time in my move, I threw a bunch of paperwork out. I don't have the papers for the trees or the receipt for the trees, so I'm not going to be able to return the dead trees. So hopefully the rest of the trees, the other 4 trees, will come back and start producing leaves and showing life over the next couple weeks as we get into warmer weather and we stop having all this cold. The mountains just got another 11 inches of snow. And then this fruit tree here is one I had to transplant that was in the way of the erosion control blankets from where I planted the circles. It was the only tree that I had to move. Every other tree fell in perfectly with the U's that I did. There's a tractor tire. I purchased the extra tractor tire. And the other shipping container I forgot to tell you guys about. So it's been a long week. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been working on the fences, the gates, putting the blankets down, putting seed down, digging holes. So much stuff. So I got a concrete post here for this gate. And then here's the little gate latch that I made to come in and out, since I'm not using chain link poles. And the driveway, I've been dumping dirt. I'm going to eventually have that all built out. I got some loads of firewood that's going to just get stacked up here. And then this fence post here, I'm actually going to move out to 16 feet instead of 12 feet. Give me extra 4 feet at that angle. So getting a trailer and stuff through isn't as difficult. So I'll be picking up another gate tomorrow on Monday. And then I got all the black accents done on the framework. And it's just, everything's coming together. I need to get some stain everything since it's drying out now. And keep it in good shape. And Mickey and Max have just been awesome dogs the last several days. Been having coyote issues. I've let them out. They've chased the coyotes. And then here is all the erosion control blankets I laid out. I went ahead, I raked with my tractor, the rake that I bought. I raked everything out, got all the rocks and sticks and everything out the way. I laid down seed with the seed spreader I bought, and put the blankets down, and everything looks good. I mean, look at this ground. Looks so much better than over here where all the rocks are still on the surface. Down here, all the piles of rocks and dirt and stuff. So I got to do a little more raking, and then I can go ahead and see this area, lay the blankets down, and I'll be golden. And then I also did more fencing. So from here at the shipping container, I did this fence all the way down to right there. And then this other fence is going to get torn down eventually and get moved over. And then the end of that fence, I took all that fencing down to build this fence. So from that shipping container down here to the end, I'm going to go from there all the way up the mountain to just below that tree there. And that's going to be one pen. And so I'll have this pen that will go up and over. And that will go up the mountainside. And that will go just above those trees. So it will be one line. So I'll have a pen there that will have that fence line there. And then this pen that goes all the way over. And that way, each pen has access to a shipping container. Each one has access to the creek. And then over here, I tore down the building, the wooden lean-to building that I made. Of course, I want to make everything look a lot nicer and fireproof if possible. So that's why I went with the shipping containers. And then over here in the hugelkultur bed, I got all this lined with wood, all but I think 40 or 60 feet, somewhere in there. So I've got a lot more work to do. I also tore this fence down here that went up and over. And I'm going to start from the post over there from the gates. And I'm going to run 7-foot T-post and do the 6-foot no-climb horse fence all the way down to separate the animals from here, from the house, because the house area is going to have the picnic tables. And that way the goats and different animals can't try to get over the fence to people eating and things like that. So they're all sitting here waiting to eat. I got to get all this area cleaned up. I got the hay shelter moved over here so I can do one big bale of hay here and a second big bale of hay there and stack them on top of each other, move the shelter forward to cover the hay this winter, and I'll be golden. That was Sweet Pea right there. And I started building this wall here, and you can see here's Petunia, and I'll show you how big she is. Let me get over here to the side. But she's a big old pig. She's in here resting, relaxing, enjoying her time. So the pigs have their 1/3 of the area. The other animals have 2/3. And then over here in the other shipping container, I've been doing a lot of work. I got a bunch of pressure-treated plywood, pressure-treated 2x4s. And I've been working. So I made this ramp here. The goats go up the ramp. I made a big platform here so they have another platform to lay on. I got the baking soda and minerals there. And then I put a wall up there so they can't jump over on the other side to the pigs. I got the baking soda there, the minerals here by Baby Boy. So you can see Baby Boy's happy. Casper, the alpaca's happy. So I got that area, this upper area, and the area in the other shipping container. And then, of course, over here on the other side of the wall is the other area for the pigs. So the pigs have 2 shelters, and of course all the metal shelters that are in there also. And then here I've got Daria right here, the brown and white one. I got Peaches, which is going bathroom, and Nestor right there. So you can see the babies are already as big as Olaf, the miniature Norwegian dwarf. And the chickens are doing good. You can see all the metal shelters throughout the pig pen. And then down here, I'm going to take this fence here and this fence there, and I'm going to start working on the fence going across the top of the mountain, so the goats and alpacas can get in there and start eating off of more land, because you can see here the land above the pond is almost ate down as big or as bad as the pig area where it's down to dirt. So eventually I'll have to do erosion control blankets so I can build up so stuff doesn't get eroded from the wind and the rain, put out seed and get everything lush again when I can fence them into the next section. And here's the rake that I've been using on the tractor to rake everything. And eventually I want to do rotational grazing, where I'll have multiple places for the animals to go in, eat everything down as it grows, and it will be a nice big ecosystem. And then down here, once again, I had dug all this out so it wasn't a sheer drop off like the other side of the pond, so the ducks and geese have a nice flat area to lay out on and not have to try to lay sideways on a slope mountain. And eventually I need to build the duck houses and the goose houses. Hopefully get that done by next spring so I can get babies next year, where they have shelter to keep the babies away from the bald eagles and red-tailed hawks and all that. And then here's the culvert that he had in here. It was a 12-inch, and it had a dip up, so it filled up with dirt and stuff. And so I got that dug out, and I went ahead and spent $600 and bought a 2-foot wide culvert. And then this is what I've done this afternoon. I just started working on this little wall, just enough because the road used to be out here. You can see the road was out here. So now I'm going to be able to take this road and bust it out another 6 to 8 feet, which will make the road wider on each side. And I'll be able to get anything through this area that I want to. I'm not building the wall super tall. I just want it some so that I can have a slight slope that will retain the dirt from just pouring over. And I ran rebar through all of them. They're all filled with concrete. And then once this sets up, I'll go ahead and start working the cinder blocks over across the culvert, and then dig out this dirt here on the side and bring either 2 or 3 cinder blocks out, so that way I have some protection around the culvert, so when the water comes down, flows through, it doesn't try to just push all the dirt down off the road into the culvert. It will retain the road where it's at. And then I'll also do rock work on the other side, or cinder block work on the other side of the road. So I'm going to go get them fed. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, Homesteader family. So it has been another semi-long week. I've had a good break. Today, it was really, really cold, really windy. I did get out and do that concrete work around the culvert on the one end because it did warm up this afternoon. And the day before was cold. We actually had fog again. We've had fog like 4 or 5 times this year now, and that's just crazy because we normally don't have fog here because there's normally no moisture. But like I've told everybody, there's the alien amongst us. Who that alien is, I don't know. But summertime is not here. It's staying cold. It's staying wet. The mountains just got snow again. The ski resorts are now staying open even longer because they just got another 11 inches of snow. What can I say? I kind of said this 2.5 years ago this was going to be happening, and here we are. So I've got a lot of stuff done. I forgot to tell you I got that shipping container while I had the excavator. So I had used the excavator to get the shipping container in place. One thing I did not think about, which I'm glad I didn't complete my gates, was over the top I put a beam across the top. And then the second spot that you saw, I don't have a beam across the top. Well, if I would have had a beam across that top, the excavator was too tall to get through the gates. So I'm going to leave the gates that I haven't got done. I'm moving it from the 12 feet to the 16 feet. I'm going to leave that without anything over the top. So concrete trucks, when I rent the excavator again, the front end loader, stuff like that, I can get it in there. Eventually, I want to either rent or hire somebody with a dozer, because what I'm thinking about doing is dozing a path from the farm area up my mountain ridge, down the valley, up the next mountain ridge, and over to 16. So I have access to my property from both ways. But that's going to be something way down the road. That's nothing anytime soon. I've got too much other stuff to deal with. I am going to try to get a lot of fencing done this upcoming week. That's kind of a top priority. The main focus is going to be finishing the culvert area at the head of the pond so I can backfill that with my tractor so I have access to the farm area, because all my implements to the tractor are over there. My pallet forks, my hay spear, everything that I need is at the farm, and I can't get to the farm right now with the ditch in the road. So that's going to be the number one thing I'm going to be working on. Of course, tomorrow will be Monday. I've got to run to town, get propane. I'm going to pick up more feed. Not a lot of feed, probably only like 10 bags, because I'm just keeping the grain silo topped off, because I bought 2 pallet loads and I got it completely filled up last week. So I'm just going to buy like 10, maybe 15 bags every week just to keep the silo topped off. So that way when winter gets here, I have a full grain silo. I don't have to worry about doing that in bad weather. If I just keep it topped off every week, it's also not as much dragging the bags into the bucket or onto the pallet forks and dumping it from the tractor up at the top of the grain silo. So just try and make everything a lot easier. But like I was saying, the culvert is the number one priority. And then the second priority is the goats are almost out of eating the mountainside behind the pond. And I don't want the erosion. So, of course, I'm going to be trying to buy like another 100 or so of those erosion control blankets. And I want to lay them down all over the place. If I had the money, I would cover the whole 50 acres in that, because that would keep so much moisture in. It would help with the wind and everything like that from eroding the ground. And that will also help once the grasses and stuff come through, the peas and all that come through. It's going to mat it down. It's going to make a nice thick compost. And like I've said, over the next 8 years or so until I hit 40, I'm hoping to at least get like a 4 to 6 inch layer on top of the ground that's already there. So I've used the rake on the tractor. It's worked amazing. You saw it in the earlier part of the video. And so the culvert to get to my implements, then fencing. Fencing so the goats have another big section, which I've showed earlier. And then that's pretty much it for this upcoming week, because I got my grandparents coming. They're renting a cabin down the road. So they're going to be here Wednesday to Friday. So they want to take me out to Salida, get pizza at Amika's where I like to eat, and they want to come up here, spend some time. And then we're also, I have my grandfather's ashes, so we're going to do a little type of ceremony thing on top of the mountain where I want to spread his ashes at. They asked if I would wait till they came out so they could be a part of it. So I said, of course. So that's why I haven't done his ashes yet. And then I'll make a little tribute video for my grandfather, because a lot of his car club people, retirees, and friends from back east just want to see a little something. So I'm going to put a little something together. I think he would be proud of me doing something for the YouTube channel, because he used to watch all my videos, and I think I'll do him right by doing that. So I'll have that going on, and then like I said, I got company Wednesday, Thursday, and they go back on Friday. So my week is going to be really, really cut down on what I can do. And of course, traveling back and forth to Salida, that's an hour each way. So my days are really going to get cut down. But this is the first time my grandparents are going to be able to come out this summer, because of all the snow. And the one time they were able to, they were out of state when the weather was good. So, of course, they weren't able to make it out here. So, it'd be a nice little break. Like I said, today's been a good break. I did a little bit of concrete work, and that's pretty much it. And 7 of the 11 fruit trees now have life showing. May only be a couple leaves coming out, but that is life. So as we start to gradually warm up and get into July with the nice warm heat that I've got planned coming and some good healthy rains coming. We've had rainstorms like every night for like 5 minutes to 15 minutes. So not much, but enough to keep everything watered so I don't have to water everything. And that's what I want. And then, like I said, July, I want some nice warm heat and get some good heavy healthy rains to get everything really going, get everything established. I still have all these trees in here to get planted. I still got those trees there to get planted. The bamboo in the window get planted. But look, my stacks of seed are down to 100, 200. I got just over 200 pounds of seeds of seed to put out. So as soon as I can get some more blankets, the erosion control blankets, I'll finish getting the seed out. And as soon as we get into warm weather, then I'll go ahead and get some fencing done down by the creek and get the bamboo in the ground. And then I need when I get finished with the rake on the tractor, hook up the auger system again. And I need to go drill the holes for the trees, get the trees in, and we'll be golden. So a lot of stuff going on. And tomorrow while I'm in town, I'm going to do a live video. I had a vision, another alien vision, while I was in the excavator. I've been determining when I'm going to release my vision, and I'm going to release it tomorrow while I'm in town. I'll do a live stream and let you know what that vision was and what the future holds. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great week. And if you need anything, have any questions, feel free to leave them below. And that's it. Have a great week.